episode that we see Yosef reincarnated into a younger, more upsetting, more annoying person. This is crazy. This is crazy that the gods of Bachelor Nation, of the American Broadcasting Company, really gave us a Yosef 2.0. Are we kidding? That's hilarious. So this is the Bachelor recap. I'm going to be talking about the standouts and not necessarily summarizing what happened in episode 2 of Bachelorette season 20, charity season of The Bachelor. I am actually very geeked about this. You have no idea. Last episode I didn't have that much energy because I had to record the stupid episode like so many times, so I was just sitting here like, yeah, charities and that. I am pumped up this time. Okay, so initial thoughts just before I get into the standouts is that Charity, she's really growing on me. I feel like we're seeing more of Charity's like bubbly nature. We're seeing a little bit more like how she's more likable. She has little cute quirky jokes. And I will say that I initially was kind of like, she's gonna be boring. I don't think that she's going to be boring, more as she's going to be just, more so as she's going to be more naive than what we think that she would have been. You know what I mean? I don't like that she's so in love with Brayden. Speaking of Brayden, let me get to the first note that I have, which is that Brayden looks like he's playing a character. Brayden looks like if he were like the first episode and the first look that we see him in with the stupid scarf and the earrings look like if he was just playing an undercover cop for like a college kid who's studying like poetry. Like he looks like an undercover cop. He does not look like that's him. Like, you know, in What Not to Wear, they have this concept of like, are you wearing the clothes or the clothes wearing you? And I feel like we were all very aware that the clothes were just wearing him, and he was just out here acting like things were normal. LOL, Jesse Palmer just saying, Brayden just woke up and just said, like, that's hilarious. Also, speaking of clothes, I don't know, what the heck is with the stylist being a little bit more chuggy at some moments? What the heck? The green leather jacket. Who in the world is going to select a green leather jacket? I'm sorry. I said out loud to my husband, this feels very much 2008. I don't know a single person in their 20s that would actively choose, yeah, the green leather jacket in my closet is what I need to complete this outfit. The green leather jacket. Sorry. Let me be a little bit more kind because oh my, I just hated that. I hated that. Oh my God. Okay. I will say for the first one-on-one, I don't find Aaron to be physically attractive, but I do think that his character shines through in moments when he and Charity are on a date. You know what I mean? I don't find him to be somebody that I'm like looking at and saying, I would hit on you, but I think that his ability to be like I was gonna say high value. That's not a thing. His ability to be like a very high character man. Yeah, that's a better word. I just think is very appealing. Like, I don't think I would initially, if I were like in a room with Aaron, like notice him, especially like I'm 4'11". He's probably like 6'5". There would be no world in which that would be comfortable for like, either of us. But like seeing him and like getting to know him, I'm kind of like, you know what? You kind of do be looking a little bit more and more like Dwayne Wade as we go on. Did I say Dwayne Wade? That's wild. Anyway, the dinner date. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I'm skipping a note. Aaron and Charity, in the beginning, I feel like before the dinner date, didn't seem to really vibe that much. Sometimes you can just tell, like, okay, these are two, it's like when you have two great friends and, like, they kind of start being a thing and you're like, y'all are great, but y'all are separate. Like, you're different people. And I felt like in the beginning of the thing, they were just kind of both talking about, like, oh yeah, no, I want something long term. So like Charity would be like, I just really want something long term. My parents have been married for 46 years. So, And then Aaron be like, yeah, I'm looking for that like 100-year Hollywood sign love. And she'd be like, my parents did. Like, and they found that, and I would like to find that too. He's like, yeah, right, me too. Just like, okay, if you like are sitting talking about what you want long term for that long, do you want each other? I don't think so. I feel like whenever we see Bachelor conversations where it's just like, let me talk about what I want and let me not describe you. And let me say like one day somebody's gonna blah blah blah. They're not describing the person that's right in front of them. So it's like, okay, this is strictly for the show. This is not, y'all are not in this and we feel it. You know what I mean? I will say it's kind of it's not disappointing, but I feel like I want better for both of them. Just separately. I would not be mad if Aaron... No, I would not be mad if Aaron was the Bachelor, I don't think. Because he is a high character man. But then I felt like the dinner date was a little bit more real because he did get on to describe himself. Because whenever we see these dates, you just see like, I really want this. I have this past. I would describe myself as this, and I'm not going to give any personal details. But I felt like we really did see personal details being given on the dinner date. As much as it was kind of like just a little below the surface, it was details that were given that were important. So, yeah, I like Aaron, but I'm not sold on them together, so it's making it hard to watch them. Okay, so, also, not Aaron throwing out words like active listening on this show. That's crazy, because this show be pulling meatheads and models. So I really don't expect anybody to really come with the emotional intelligence, but I feel like since Charity is working in mental health, right, and the guys are kind of picking up on it, I feel like they're trying to bring their A game, and I'm appreciative of it. I am so appreciative of it. Okay. Also, I want to say, before I even get into this topic, all of the group dates were out of the butt crack of my nightmares. I'm not kidding. The fact that the group dates were the longest kiss, I didn't even like the fact that I had to kiss my husband at my wedding. I was like, people are gonna be there who I know? Oh my god! Like, but put a time limit onto that, and put the fact that I don't even know these guys that well. I barely even know their first name, and I'm gonna have to kiss them for 3 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna go back to my notes. I have like structured notes. Yeah, I really do applaud Aaron for saying like, I wasn't a good boyfriend, and admitting that. In so many of these dinner dates, we constantly get, I was blah, 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 and this is my sad story, and this is my trauma, and this is, like, the things that you should feel bad about me for so that you can give me the rose. Like, these are the things that I want you to, like, feel emotionally tied to me for, when it's just, like, what are your faults? And I really do appreciate that Aaron was like, I was a bad boyfriend. I did not actively listen. I was not a good communicator. It is what it is. I'm a good person now. We don't get that. I wouldn't do it if I was on a show. I would not be admitting my faults. I would absolutely be pulling out I was adopted. Yeah. Never felt like I would fall prey to the whole like, I'm gonna sob story my way into this rose. Yeah. Okay, so, and then also asking about Zach. Does that happen often? I feel like we don't get contestants really asking about previous romantic history as it relates to The Bachelor and Bachelorettes. I thought that was cool. I just think that Aaron has really high character, and I really appreciated that about him. Okay. Also, not on the suns out, buns out activity, not them talking about the history of the stupid dodgeball challenge and throwing it back to Claire's season. If you are not familiar, Claire's season of the dodgeball challenge was wild because this guy named Yusuf had a huge problem with the fact that they were playing like strip dodgeball, and Claire like demanded, she didn't demand it, she just kind of threw it out there, and then like it just happened. But it was probably a production idea that just kind of was okayed by Claire, hopefully, I don't know. And then Yusuf had this huge problem, and he was like, my child is watching at home. This is really inappropriate. And while I can agree that, like, it's inappropriate, what show are we on? What show are we on? Like, this is a highly sexual, highly uncomfortable, highly, like, shock factor show that it, like, would love to see men naked and to objectify them. What show are you on? Like, absolutely, I find it really weird that Yusuf came on and he was like, that's disrespectful. Yeah, I love that they threw it back because that's hilarious. Okay, so dodgeball. That, like I said, like, these dates are out of the butt crack of my nightmares, because I don't want to see the men who I'm interested in get very, like, nearly naked and then compete for me. I have never found that appealing. I just think it's so, like, I don't know, it just feels so jockey. It feels so jockey. It feels like meat-headed. It feels like you're kind of bringing people down to, like, the, what's it called? Something of the fittest, survival of the fittest. You're, like, bringing it down to that level, and it doesn't even need to be there. It just makes me uncomfortable. So yeah, I hate watching them, but they're so entertaining. And I think I would hate being there unless, you know, like, it was just Xavier. If it was Xavier and Xavier alone, I'm good. I am good. Xavier is so fine. He's so fine. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, but although we did see the game and we saw that what's his name was MVP. What's his name who keeps, like, running his mouth? What's his name? I forget. We see that guy keep running his mouth. His name also starts with an A. Is it Aiden? I don't remember. But that guy who run an MVP. If I were Caleb, who was the guy who kind of looks like, I don't know, he has, like, long hair and he was on the green team and he played the best, like, we saw it. If I were him, if I were Caleb, I would be pissed. I would be very upset and be like, are you kidding me? You just must not be attracted to me. I was thinking that. I was like, is she actually giving it to him to stir up trouble? Because the producers were like, you should give it to blah, 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 even though he didn't play the best. It would, like, be really good for ratings. Or is it like, ratings? Who am I? It'll be really good for ratings. It'll be really good for him. I don't know. Or is it like she was looking at Caleb and was like, that guy, honestly, no. I'm not that attracted to Caleb. I don't think a lot of people, I don't know, maybe he's hot. Maybe. Anyways, Brayden is so annoying to me. Oh, holy cow. Whenever Brayden and Charity talk, he always puts on this little stupid facade, and it was immediately when we saw them on, like, the group date, and Brayden was like, right when I got the first impression rose, that was crazy. I was, like, a little nervous. Shut up. No, you were not. You're so cocky. You're so arrogant. You're so annoying. You're not a little shy. Like, I feel like he's putting on this facade, like he's that quiet, artsy guy who's very in touch with his feelings and does yoga, when he really just wants to play whatever role the person that he's in front of, like, requires, you know? No shade, we've all been there, okay? But it just feels very obnoxious on his end. And he just is and I'm 23, he's just such a 24-year-old, and it grosses me out. Yeah, oh god. The fact that he's very egotistical and even admitted, like, I don't like to lose. Anytime you see him talking about competition, he'll be like, I don't like to lose. Ugh, yuck. Okay, so also when Charity was on the group date, I don't know who it was who said, before we leave, I kind of want to kiss, or like I could see, or I wish we could kiss, or like something about wanting a kiss before they left the conversation. And I understand it's so important sometimes to ask for consent of kisses. I understand, like, Trinity might be down with that. I'm not. Yuck. It reminded me of that Whitney Cummings bit where she's like in her stand-up and she also has that same, like, kind of frustration of, like, don't ask to kiss me. Oh my god. And she's kind of, like, mocking guys who do that. And they're like, can I take off your bra? And she's like, I don't know. Can you? Like, because that's the energy it gives, is like, can you? Like, oh, I kind of want to kiss. Could you even kiss me if you... Why am I getting so heated about this? Sorry, it's so easy to be, like, heated and, like, annoyed while giving commentary, because it kind of reveals your like, deepest feelings. I only feel slightly annoyed at this, but whenever I'm reading it off, I, like, tap into the deepest part of me who feels like this. Okay, so, also, not Brayden saying, honestly, though, I didn't even think that you deserved MVP. Honestly, not trying to throw shade, but you did not deserve it at all. Just gonna be real. Shouldn't have got it. Like, Brayden needs to keep that to himself. Because it's like, we all felt that, okay? We all did. But don't be disrespectful for no reason. You're just gonna cause drama for what? And it's like, okay, even though you're right, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say every single thing that's on your mind. And that, to me, is the type of guy Brayden is. And, you don't, like, okay. Although I will say that, what's his name? Mr. MVP, being the guy who's like, I don't want to bring anything up, but, like, some guys here are acting like they're on spring break. He did not need to bring that up to Charity. And I understand, like, there are some cases that can be made for, like, oh, maybe they just want to be 100% real with Charity. And maybe they, like, want to keep it a buck with her. What the heck are synonyms? Want to keep it real and keep it a buck. Maybe you could make that case of, like, oh, he's just saying that because, like, that he wants to be honest with her. But I kind of find it annoying because we all know, if you've watched 2 seasons of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, whistleblowers are people who, like, know things about the house and other people's character and bring it up to the Bachelor or Bachelorette. They never make it far. They make it maximum, like, week 6. I don't know. It would be even surprising if they made it to, like, top 4. It would be shocking. So, I just don't understand why whistleblowers even attempt to bring things up to the Bachelor, Bachelorette. I feel like they just, like, kind of throw things at the wall, just being like, hopefully they'll appreciate this information because it's bothering me. But they never have, like, a real romantic connection with the leads, because it's kind of like, you're just depending on this information to save you, and you know it. Yeah, and then not Brayden being like, I'm just focused. Not Brayden being like, I vibed with her, she vibed with me. I'm just focusing on that. No, you're not. You're focusing on that and the fact that your friend didn't get MVP. Boo-hoo, Brayden. I hate that I'm spending so much time talking about this stupid man. Also, like I keep saying, this is out of my nightmares. The longest kiss date. Black. I would actually throw up. If they were like, it's the longest kiss date, I'd be like, I can't do this at Charity. I'm sorry. I have to get going. My cat just died. I can't do this. Yeah, so, like, show us your ultimate makeout. That, like, where you have to, like, kiss your hand or kiss a microphone, whatever the heck. That's also a moment I'd be like, this. You could be a great girl, but how great? Let's be real. How great could you be to make that worth it? I don't think very great. And then, yeah, so, but I will say that the longest kiss date probably was made for Charity, in the way that, Charity be macking these boys. Okay? No shame whatsoever. No, like, no judgment, but Charity really likes to kiss these boys. And, I mean, whatever, like, explore it, but I feel like there are some Bachelor and Bachelorettes who I feel like may have just turned this down. I don't even know if they, like, get agency over the activities that are given to them. But really, Charity be a good contender for this date, because she be kissing these boys long. Also, I think I prejudged Joey, because he's really cute, and I think that the first time that they talked, he was really nervous, and so it made him seem a little bit less intelligent than he is, maybe. I don't know. So then I kind of went a little bit too hard on him whenever I recapped the first episode. And I was like, Joey's cute until he opens his mouth. That's mean. I'm sorry, Joey. I love you. Love you, Joey. But like, yeah, I really did appreciate his story of him saying that I come from a divorced household, and sometimes people say divorced households means that you're from a broken home, but my house was full of blood. My dad came out when I was in kindergarten, and so my parents co-parent. I so appreciate that story because I know this is kind of like judgmental to say, but we just constantly get the same exact stories with these dinner dates where it's like, feel bad for me. Feel bad for me. This is my drama. Feel bad for me, Charity. Feel bad. You know? Where it's like, we see you're just trying to get the pity rose. Relax. But I think Joey was real. And I really liked his story and his confession because it just is, and this is annoying to say, like, it's just not something we haven't heard before. Because it isn't. Like, I don't even think I heard, like, besides maybe, like, some Bachelor contestants coming out as, like, bisexual, sexuality is not talked about on this show whatsoever. So, I just like that we're able to see that on ABC. Yuck. Sorry, there was just a bug flying. Oh my god. Dutton. Oh my god. He's so cute, dude. Okay, I should have said this at the very beginning, but I have an MVP of this episode, and it's Dutton. I've had an MVP in Dutton since the beginning. I don't even know if I want him to win because I don't know if he has chemistry with Charity, honestly. Maybe it's a little bit of chemistry, but I don't know if they work that well. But he's like so fine. Honestly, he's so fine. And he seems like he has like very good character. And I love the fact that he brought a piece of him to share with Charity about how he became a citizen when he was 4. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like a little jealous. Like, why am I out here just like, Charity can, I don't know. Me just really upset at the fact that like like I didn't get to meet Dutton, even though like I would have been 18 only a couple of years ago, and he would have been like, how old is he, like 30, 26? Upsetting. I love my husband very much. He's my top choice. He's forever. But in another life. That sounded so emo. In another life. Yuck. Anyway, also the whole Brayden drama. Again, I don't want to keep this man's name in my mouth so often because he's just disgusting. You know, he's just so stupid. On him feeling disrespected by the stupid kiss challenge. And then his rhetorics being, depending on what she says, I'm going to leave. That is incredibly wild on so many levels. Because it's like, okay, sure, you could say one has the right, the freedom to leave. One has the freedom to decide that for himself. Sure. But that's so wild. That's so wild that you would, depending, like prejudging what somebody's gonna say, who you're getting to know, based off a challenge that producers chose for her, that she may or may not have had a hand in picking, like you're gonna leave depending on what she says. Like you're controlling her response before she even says anything. You packed your bags? You're psycho a little bit. That to me was so unbelievable, that he just was so unhinged at that and so like, I'm leaving. It's not disrespectful. I wouldn't do it. I'm just gonna make that clear. It would make me so uncomfortable. I wouldn't even go on The Bachelor though. Like, this whole dynamic makes me so uncomfortable. The fact that a bunch of people are just vying for one person's heart and you kind of have to like display that. But you're on The Bachelor, dude. You're on The Bachelor. Like, they're known for putting people in the most uncomfortable positions. So the fact that you're like, I'm gonna leave, dude. And I understand he probably hasn't watched the show before, but it's also disgusting that he was like, yeah, so depending on if she says the right thing or the wrong thing, I'm only gonna be here if it's the right thing. And then she fell for it. And I get it. He did kind of soften up and say, like, I was maybe like gonna leave. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much for sharing. You almost wanted Charity to get upset about it because it is like potentially toxic to say, like, I was gonna leave just because you like participated in a challenge that has been set up for you by production so that the Bachelor can like get spicy. You know what I like? I think it's kind of gross that Charity's like so in love with him. I just think it's kind of stupid, and I hope that she like knows his age. Not saying that is an incredible factor, but it's a little bit of a factor. Like, I just don't like him. I don't like him, and I wish that Charity would just do better for real. But anyway, that was my discussing the standouts of episode 2 of Charity season. I will be doing this every single week, and I pretty much am gonna upload, I think, ew. I think I'm gonna upload. I need to kill this bug. Oh my God. I'm gonna upload every single week, I think on Wednesdays, because me and my husband watch Tuesdays, even though it comes out on Wednesdays, because we only watch on Hulu streaming. And then I gotta get this video up for y'all. Yeah. If you liked this, let me know your thoughts. If you didn't like if you just have any thoughts at all, like, share them, please. I love to read good comments. Yeah. Also, let me know your favorite let me know your MVP. My MVP is Dutton. Wish I could have ended up with him. Life had a different route for me. The interracial route. But I really could have been with my African Lober. That's crazy. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks.